I'd like to recommend a very good film which I saw recently. It's The Manchurian Candidate. There were two versions, one in a remake in 2004 with Denzel Washington, but the one I saw was the 1962 original starring Lawrence Harvey. And it is absolutely wonderful. And it's also, I think, very timely for today's environment. For example, in the United States, there's a lot of talk about Donald Trump's relationship with Putin and Russia. And this film is actually about a similar situation during the Korean War. It tells the story. It's a fictional story based on a novel by Richard Condon. The director of the film is John Frankenheimer. And it came out in 1962, and it's set in the Korean War. And basically, Lawrence Harvey plays a soldier who fought in the Korean War and who was then captured by the Koreans and sent to China, to Manchuria, where he was brainwashed by the Chinese and programmed to then go and assassinate a presidential candidate in the United States. And it's sort of disturbing but fascinating thriller. And the really interesting thing is that his mother, who's played by Angela Lansbury, who we know as the nice old lady from Murder, She Wrote. But in this film, she actually plays an evil character, the female equivalent of the bad guy. And she is the wife. Her second husband is a McCarthyist, anti-communist senator. But in actual fact, she herself is a communist agent. And so it's rather similar to the situation today where people vote for Trump because they think he's the patriotic American, but in actual fact, he could well be a stooge of the Russians. So that's why it's so timely. That's the first aspect. The second aspect, which is quite intriguing, is that in this film, and I don't want to ruin the pleasure of watching it, tell you what happens, but actually comes an attempt to assassinate a presidential candidate. And you think, hang on, this film came out in 1962. And the following year, Lee Harvey Oswald, or somebody, we don't know, assassinated President Kennedy. You think, gosh, did Lee Harvey Oswald watch this movie? Did he get inspiration from it? And some people believe that he did. And in actual fact, I've discovered that shortly after the assassination of Kennedy, the Manchurian Candidate was taken out of circulation because it was considered a dangerous film that could encourage people to do terrible things. So anyway, it's a wonderful film. Often I find with old movies that watching them today, they seem rather slow compared to the action-packed plots that we have today. But in actual fact, this is very fast-moving and a thriller and a wonderful and fascinating film.